Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect.
Matchup, Aces Fever, Game 1. We're not deciding the whole series right now, just Game 1. I think.
Should we do it together?
I think we should do it together.
Okay.
Because my Spidey sense are telling me they might be the same. 3, 2, 1.
Aces.
They're not going to lose after she just won MVP.
Yeah, period.
There's no, yeah.
No
okay,
way.
I see
No
your-
way.
I have to say this. What we saw right there with Elle Duncan, Chiney Ogwumike, and Andraya Carter was perhaps the most disrespectful thing I've seen from sports media. Now, I said I've seen. Maybe you've seen something else that you would say is more disrespectful. I've been watching sports for just about my whole life. I don't know if I've seen anything that blatantly disrespectful. And that's saying a lot, in particular from ESPN, because we have seen and heard ESPN, in my opinion, be very dismissive of Caitlin Clark, very disrespectful of her first season, following this whole narrative, covering like, oh, this was the best rating since, and then skipping the year that Caitlin Clark blew the roof off. But this right here, now, lest I be misunderstood, let me explain a little bit. Each one of those ladies obviously doesn't believe that the Indiana Fever can do much in the postseason, although they were talking about that particular game. Game 1, semifinals, Indiana against Las Vegas. That's what they were talking about. However, we go back to to the first round, and whoever was giving their opinion then, I feel like there was someone else in it. They said that they believed that the Atlanta Dream would win the series. One person said, well, I'm going to say Indiana, not because I really believe it's Indiana, but because I don't want everybody to say the Atlanta Dream, so I'll say Indiana. That's not even the disrespectful part. If you play sports, you're used to people counting you out. You're used to people not believing you're going to win. And when you've had a season like Indiana has had, with all the adversity, some ups and some downs and stuff, okay, I get it. If you believe in the first round that Indiana would lose the whole thing, I get it. Nobody said Indiana would win. And then I even showed where Indiana had posted all the voices who said that Atlanta would win. And only one said that Indiana would even win one game and stretch it to 3 games. I don't really have a problem with that either. And in this game, in this second round, I don't really have a problem with them saying that they believe that the Aces would win Game 1. The disrespectful part is the way in which they did it. Usually, one person will go and say, what's your prediction for the game? Or what's your prediction for the series? And the person will say, well, I believe the Aces will win, and this is why. The next person goes and says whatever they say. So if they each individually had said, we believe the Aces will win, Asia Wilson, she just won MVP. This team is the hottest team in the WNBA, and gave their reasons, that would be one thing. But that's not what we just saw. Elle Duncan said, why don't we just say it together? Because my Spidey senses are telling me we all believe the same thing. In other words, nobody could possibly believe that Indiana could take one game. Game 1. Let's just say it together, everybody, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Chiney kicking her leg out. Aces. Everybody, Aces. All at one, because Indiana wasn't even worth discussing at all. That's what we saw right there. Like, let's just say it together, because no doubt nobody in their right mind believes that Indiana can beat the Aces in this game. And really, if they were asking about the series, they would have said the same thing. Then they go on to say, there's no way Asia is going to lose. She just got the MVP. And then you get period. You hear that with all the chatter. Oh, period. It's no way. Case closed. Not happening. That's just so incredibly disrespectful from my perspective. Like, I don't even get to voice my case. It's just an open and shut case, and there's no other way to look at it at all. This team is constantly ruled out, whether it's from people like that on ESPN, whether it's from other coaches, even Becky Hammond. Her thought was, oh, it's Indiana. Well, they've not played the real team. They're not played this team yet. And true, like they were not playing well earlier in the season, meaning the Aces. And so I get that point, but just totally being like, they haven't seen us yet. And then, of course, after Indiana won game 1, ESPN ladies, period. After they won, then you saw my video last night. I hope Becky Hammond doesn't even credit Indiana's defense for holding Asia Wilson to 6 of 22 shooting. So, they're used to kind of being kind of ruled out. They have a plethora of injuries. It's been tough. I get it. Nobody expected them to be here right now. But the idea that it's like, period, Asia just won MVP. There's no way. And we're not even going to discuss it. Just 1, 2, 3, Aces. That's just so rude. It really is. Let's look at it again. Listen carefully to the chatter and how they handled this prediction of who would win game 1. We're going to go back. By the way, I got this clip from, obviously it's an ESPN clip, but I found it on Brick Center on X.
Matchup, Aces Fever, game 1. We're not deciding the whole series right now, just game 1.
Should we do it together?
I think we should do it together because my Spidey sense are telling me they might be the same. 3, 2, 1.
Aces.
They're not going to lose after she just won MVP.
Yeah, period.
There's no way.
No way.
Okay, I see.
No way.
They're not going to lose, okay? She won MVP. They're not going to lose this game. No, there's no way. Period. Well, there's a long series to go. Hopefully, not so long. I hope Indiana can take care of business and do it quickly. But it is a 5-game series, so nothing is done yet. But I hope Indiana continues to shock people. There's that saying, put some respect on their name. I just think it's okay if you really believed the Aces would win. Obviously, lots of people felt that way. But the way it was done was like, Indiana is not even worthy of consideration. Shall we do it together? Shall we do it together? Oh, yeah, my Spidey senses is broke. Okay? And yes, it was poor grammar. I realized that. Spidey senses is broke. Game 1 is over, and Indiana won and didn't squeak by. Won by 16 points. And none of y'all had even the respect for the team to make it a conversation at all in your prediction. Glad we got game 1, stole that one on the road. Be great if Indiana could get a second one and then go home for 2 games. Well, they would only need 1 more to win if they got the second game here. Don't know if it'll be a sweep, even if you just split, although I want that win and I know this team can do it. But even if you just split it and then went home and had 2 games and took care of business at home, I don't know what the period. There's no way. Oh my goodness. People would be able to handle it. I know I, for one, would be extremely excited. Put some respect on their name. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.